Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Right now we're in the middle of an absolutely insane day at Worlds. I just finished watching Team Liquid take down Gen G. Team Liquid is now in a spot where at this time, at the time I'm recording this video, Team Liquid is going to be playing against Gen G in a tiebreaker to make it out of quarterfinals. I'm not sure yet if Mad Lions will also have a tiebreaker game or if LNG is just going to be going through, but it's been absolute insanity. It's been madness. NA has way outperformed everyone's expectations coming into this World Championships, and now Mad Lions is, Europe's last hope, yada, yada, yada. But obviously by the time this video comes out, all of that will be settled, but man, it's so exciting, so crazy. But right before the Mad Lions LNG game, got some downtime. Obviously, it seems like there's always really long breaks in between games, so I wanted to get a video out to you guys real quick. Also, at this point in time, I'm probably, when this video comes out, I'm probably live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. My plan for the rest of the year and into 2022 is to start live streaming a lot more often. I don't want to put all my eggs into the YouTube basket. I want to start branching out, trying some new stuff, getting better. So, come check out my stream over there. We're going to be talking Worlds, quarterfinals, everything that's happened, all the craziness, offseason, all that stuff. But also, make sure, even if I'm not live, just go follow me so you can, find out when I am going to be live next time, because that is something I really want to be working on. But today we've got some crazy stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about a massive update to the Bwipo drama that we talked about a couple days ago. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Let's get into this one. Again, crazy Worlds. There's a crazy drama going on behind the scenes, all this stuff. Fnatic, obviously, they've already been eliminated. They got knocked out. They had all of this crazy stuff going on with Upset, then with Bwipo, some behind-the-scenes Fnatic management drama, all this stuff. And we didn't really know what was going on. And finally, Bwipo posted this tweet longer, 23,000 likes in just 9 hours. This is very, very insane, very crazy. And it also shows how interested and curious people were about this whole situation. And he actually lets us know a lot of information in this. So this is actually really, really cool of him. I appreciate when people are transparent, at least as transparent as they can be. And this is very, very interesting. So let's take a look at it. He said, Worlds and who made it work? We have a giant ad here. Twit longer. We were just getting bombarded by ads. He said, Worlds and who made it work? He said, hello, I'm posting this now, even though it's too late. Obviously talking about his team now being out of the World Championships. I don't know why I can't close this ad. But I wanted to clarify my situation the best I could in the hopes it might help her. Obviously talking about his girlfriend, adorable Carrie. Lena, I don't know how you say it, is my significant other. She's been supporting me unconditionally for 3 years. Recently, I hurt her. We don't know what that means. I don't know what happened. Obviously, it's none of our business anyway. That has very little to do with League of Legends or the Fnatic situation or anything. That is, their personal relationship, whatever. But something happened between them a month ago. He hurt her badly. It was his fault. They talked it over. But then he had a job to do. He had to go to Iceland, which I can understand how that can be very, very difficult. You're fighting with your significant other, you're trying to figure things out, and then all of a sudden, you've got to be gone for a month, and you don't have much time to talk, You're scrimming, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, you're playing solo queue, you're practicing, you got to sleep, you also have to stay healthy, you're also living with your team, you have so much going on. I have to assume you barely have any time to talk, and if that was a period where you're actively going through some relationship issues and struggles, I can totally understand how that would be crazy, stressful, taxing, all of this stuff. But obviously, this is his career. This is his passion. This is what he's been training for all year. And he's a professional, so, he had to go. He had to go get stuff done. She was still hurt, and he was worried about her, as he should be, but, she has supported him unconditionally for years. Of course, he was going to worry, just like he's still worrying now. In this time period, she set aside all of their issues to support him, and that's awesome. That's great. She was there every single day without fail. When I had an issue, she was there. When I played poorly and wasn't confident in his skills, she gave him confidence. When he broke down, she was there to pick up the pieces. When he was happy, she made sure that he stayed happy. She gave him the energy to help bolster the team. I was able to be the person Fnatic needed in this trying boot camp. I compensated for others' energy at her expense. You might ask why, and I told you because I hurt her and she watched through all of this. Regardless of the day or time, she was there for me every single step of the way, giving me everything I needed to fight with everything I had. It sounds like he obviously cares about her a lot. They have an awesome relationship, even though they're going through some struggles, some troubles. That happens in all relationships. That's just how it is, the ups and downs, all that. But it sounded like, they were figuring it out. He does say this lasted for the entirety of the tournament, and he can tell you with confidence that the only reason Fnatic's Week 2 wasn't void of hope completely is thanks to her. Obviously, Fnatic looked very, very different in Week 2. A lot more life, a lot more fight, and they actually won a game, which there was a lot of people picking them to go 0-6 once Upset went down and once, they had all this drama and stuff going on behind the scenes. She suggested to play together, find a way to smile, enjoy ourselves, and fix our communication. She identified our issue insanely well based on what I told her. he thinks that the reason the team was brought together was thanks to Lena. Now you may ask, why was week 1 so difficult? How isn't it her fault? He said it's pretty simple. A day before we found out we weren't going to be playing with our main lineup, obviously when Upset went down, we had no information about what was going on. I found out we weren't going to be playing with the lineup we were supposed to. The one I invested my split into, the one Lena had spent so much effort on supporting him. He broke down in tears because he knew it was doomed. Imagine how crazy and frustrating that would be. I think it was the day before, or maybe even the day of, some people were saying when they found out, that I'm pretty sure it's the day before in North America, at least. I don't know how the time zones and everything worked out in Europe. They may have found out the day of that Bean was going to be playing and that Upset would not. And imagine that. Not only did you, this is your career. You worked all year on it. You're the 2 seed from Europe. You have all this pressure, all this expectations. You're so excited, but also nervous, scared, all this stuff. And then you find out that your best player, one of your best players, your main carry, is not going to be playing with you. Even though you've been in Iceland, you've been grinding, you've been playing scrims. Probably scrims haven't been going all that well. You're hyped up, you're excited, but still nervous, scared, all this stuff. I can't even imagine, and you can understand, what the Fnatic players and everyone was going on behind the scenes, knowing Upset wasn't going to be with them. And they were going to have an ERL 80 carry who had never even played an LEC game playing. That's crazy. He didn't know what to do. All of our success had come from our bot lane. Without it, he didn't see a way. Lena sat there in a call with him, listening to him cry. She set aside her pain so that she could support him. He didn't get over it in 16 hours or 40 hours or in 64 hours. So maybe they had a couple days. I honestly don't remember at this point. Losing everything you've worked for months and being asked to start from zero. 16 hours. So yeah, it was 16 hours before they played. This broke him. And, he's not the only one. Clearly, this broke a lot of players on the Fnatic team. He wanted to go home to see her, to appreciate her, to thank her. He was set on it. He didn't see why he should suffer through the event. It was hopeless. He already said this was doomed. There was no way they were going to make it out. There's no way they were even going to be competitive. Even though she wanted me to be with her to talk to me about us, she set that aside again. He was so frustrated with how it was handled. He unfollowed Fnatic and its management in anger. He had nothing to say about the situation. It had dawned upon him and the rest of the team that all of a sudden, with no warning, it felt so unfair. So obviously, this goes back to the day that Bwipo unfollowed all the Fnatic staff. He tweeted out, "Hey guys, don't worry, no drama. I just want to break from social media." And I told you guys that didn't even make sense. And some of you hard flamed me for that, saying that what I said was similar to Nemesis saying that Upset was faking a family emergency. That was one of the most idiotic and frustrating and upsetting comments I'd ever seen. That comment had 10 upvotes. That was a disgusting comment to see. Talking about a social media break, being unfollowing Fnatic on Twitter, relating that to Upset having a family emergency and calling that fake. You're either a Nemesis fanboy or just really idiotic. I had to talk about that. But I did say that it didn't make sense. And I did say it seemed like there were some issues going on behind the scenes between Bwipo and Fnatic. And he does admit that now. Clearly, he is upset with the Fnatic management. Now, was he just upset in the moment? Is he still upset? Does that mean he's going to be leaving Fnatic? Have things gotten better? I don't know. A lot of people are still speculating that there is, some issues between Bwipo and Fnatic that haven't gotten better. So that's kind of interesting. That is a big thing to note from this article. It was dawned upon him and the rest of the team all of a sudden it felt so unfair. Again, they were not happy with how Fnatic handled the situation. Could they have handled it better? Again, we don't know because we don't even know what happened. She had spent everything on giving them the best opportunity possible, knowing that's out the window. She was so frustrated too, and yet she's labeled as psychotic. I'm giving this context because of the response to her frustrations. People assume she was the reason I was distraught, and I did nothing. I regret it so much. Again, that is what a lot of people thought. A lot of people thought that they were just having some relationship issues. Obviously, that does seem true to an extent, but obviously, the Upset situation, the Fnatic management, all of this played in a part of Fnatic, kind of flaming out at Worlds, Bwipo being upset, everyone being upset, adding extra stress and pressure to the situation. And a lot of people were obviously blaming his girlfriend, unrightfully so, and that had to be very, very frustrating and probably insanely stressful and crazy for her and them. She said she received threats from the community, from his fans, organization fans. She was berated for weeks. I stood there and let it happen because I let her put me first. Again, he feels like, he didn't stand up for her or do enough or whatever. In his interview, he tried to clarify that she was the reason he was still fighting. Somehow people believe she broke up with me. She actively avoided that possibility throughout the entirety of the tournament. I said not hurt him to make sure my head was in the right place. I write this now because she's hurt beyond what I can understand. I'm writing this because I want you to all know the truth. She did everything she could for me every single day. She fought so hard to make the tournament memorable, and all I could do for her was let her get shit on. All you could do was blame her for things that had nothing to do with her. She went off social media because of the hate, because of the pain, and the threats. I'll be leaving indefinitely myself. He's exhausted. He gave it his all and watched his significant other take the blame for issues that he had nothing to do with. I regret everything about that. I'm writing this because I'm done watching. I hope the people that went out of their way to shit on her understand how unfair and disgusting your diagnosis of the situation really is. Ultimately, I'm at fault. I should have done better. Goodbye. I'm going to try everything to make this right to her. He did go on to then say, further context, she requested for him to remove her from her bio because Bwipo's bio used to be Fnatic top laner, and then it used to say at adorable AD carry. So she removed him again, saying that not because they broke up or anything, but just because it was an easy way for people to find out who she was and go harass her and all this stuff. But super exhausting, super long-winded craziness. Bwipo giving us some context, helping us understand the Fnatic situation a whole lot better. Again, we still don't know everything. We might never know everything, but at least now we know a little bit more, and I really, really appreciated Bwipo doing this. I'm sure his girlfriend does as well. But tons of questions now. Is Bwipo going to leave Fnatic? Is the stress and craziness worth it for him? Is he going to retire? Would he rather have an easier life as a caster, analyst, or as a streamer? I don't know. This might be the last we see of Bwipo in a Fnatic uniform. Might be the last we see him as a professional League of Legends player ever. Who knows? But man, stuff's getting crazy. It's going to continue to be crazy, and it's going to be interesting. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. What do you expect for Bwipo in 2022? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.